Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny video. Hard mode Crota's was released today and my group was able to clear it. I am still shaking a bit from it. It was a blast and pretty nail-biting from start to finish. I'm going to give you guys an overview of all the encounters and what has changed to them, and just to try to make you guys experience a little bit easier. The first encounter is called the Abyss. It has a couple of changes. First off, the Weight of Darkness debuff applies about twice as fast. It still goes off at about the same rate though when you're standing next to the lamps. The second thing are numerous major mobs now. Curse Thralls, as you can see in the video, are harder to kill. They have yellow health bars, so you need to prioritize those over the normal Thralls. As for strategy, it is still soloable if you really want to do that, but for a group, you can still run it the old-fashioned way like we're doing in this video. Just stick together, move from lamp to lamp. It's pretty foolproof. As you'll notice here, there are some yellow health bar knights, and they're going to kind of get in your way. We just prioritize those with rocket launchers, try to take them out as quick as possible. When you finally get to the bridge section here, it's a good idea to have two members stand up on this little cheese rock as insurance in case your group wipes. They can be on ogre duty and make sure those ogres never leave their spawn area. The ogres are yellow health bar, they're tier 2, they're going to be a little bit more difficult to take out, so they need to be prioritized. The other people standing on the pad have to worry about the knights, which are now majors as well. They move in groups of 3 and can easily take out your group if you aren't paying attention. A Titan with the Helm of Saint 14 is really handy in this encounter. Once the bridge is formed though, you're going to be pretty much home free. Just don't get knocked off the bridge by any thralls like one of our members did. And as you can see here, the pulse rifle dropped for me. A bunch of our raid members got that. The pulse rifle will drop from this encounter. Up next here is the bridge encounter. The bridge encounter is going to be largely the exact same fight. The knights are now majors, but other than that, it's business as usual. To start off the fight, we had someone standing on the middle pad and then one person under each totem. Once the sword bearer came out right here, we tried to prioritize that down once the bridge was actually formed, and then I'm going to go run across. As you can see in my loadout, I'm using Yallarhorn. It's pretty nice to have that in this fight, as there are a lot of pretty nasty big health guys, so you want to be able to take those out as quick as possible. Okay, now we're starting to actually see one of the new changes here. The gatekeeper here is pretty tough to handle. The normal slash/smash combo that you would do, it doesn't really work. He just kind of takes it and then hits you. So as you saw there, just use the normal smash attack and that'll take him out really quick. It should stun him, he shouldn't really hit you. And as you can see where I'm standing in this little spot here, it's pretty tough for these enemies to hit you, provided you can actually stand around there. I think I die a little bit later on here. But pretty much the enemies aren't really going to hit you right here, and if you need a safe spot to stand, behind these little pillars is a really good spot. Just be sure you don't fall off that edge there. Now what we're doing right now, we're just waiting to get 3 people over onto this side. We should have another sword bearer coming across soon, as there's a gatekeeper that just spawned. We have 3 people over here, so now it's our turn to try to keep the bridge open. The other guys, all they have to do is just focus on, surviving over there and then getting the sword and coming across. When the gatekeeper comes around here, just do as Cheerio is doing there and run around in a circle. It seemed to work pretty effectively for keeping the bridge open at the same time. Our sword bearer guy came across here, but he was a little bit too late, and he wasn't able to actually kill the gatekeeper. So now we just decided, okay, we're going to do the rest of the fight with 4 people. We decided to move over to this little right side here, as this is a pretty nice little walled off area. You can block a lot of the AoE coming in from different mobs. You can just kind of stand over here and do the rest of the encounter. Fortunately, you can even solo it right here, so the fact that we had 4 people, this was going to be pretty easy to get through. Oh, hi Gatekeeper, how you doing? So right now, all that we're doing is trying to kill a bunch of mobs until the actual ogres come out. I have those guys back there watching to see when the actual ogres come out. And then right here, I'm just sitting here killing off some acolytes, doing whatever I can to manage all the mobs that are out. There's going to be a witch right there, which I kind of want to kill, and then I believe the ogre finally comes out here. So now all we have to do to complete the encounter is just kill the other ogre. The gatekeeper won't really come up this far either, so again, we feel pretty safe right here. For the rest of the fight, we just launch rockets down at the other end. When we finally down the ogre, a few of the members got the auto rifle from here, so it's pretty much confirmed that this encounter drops the auto rifle. I actually had mine mailed to me because my inventory was full and it didn't pop up on the side of my screen. Up next is the hallway fight. It's pretty much entirely unchanged. 1-2 Shriekers down. Move across. We lollygagged a bit at the start there, so we weren't able to get that door open. We were going for a world's first, so we didn't really care at this point. Now, the Death Singer fight actually has a few things that changed. First off, the knights that are in the entire fight are majors. Also, the Shriekers on the inside, they will respawn if you don't take them down near the same time. Try to coordinate with your team to take them down, like, really close together, or else you're going to have a really bad time with those things respawning. One person runs in, and then runs back out, and goes and stands on the little things out here. I don't know what they're really called. The towers, we'll go with that. And then now, all you gotta do is just kill the wizard. We've all done this fight enough times that it's pretty simple. So all we have to do now is just have one person go in on each side, fire off a rocket, and then I usually throw off a grenade for good measure, and that usually takes care of it. Now, once my side's dead, we always go over to the left side, because there's always less ads over there for some reason. And then right here, they should get the Shrieker down as well. So you can see you have a little bit of leeway, but we've been getting a lot of reports that people have them respawn, so just try to do it around the same time. Now at this point, we thought she would probably sing her song faster, and unfortunately she did, so we're just trying to get as much damage in on her as possible before that phase starts and things start getting really hectic. At this point, we're just killing ads, trying to bide our time, get our weapons of light going, and then she starts singing the song. As you can see, that was pretty quick. My heavy ammo is still on cooldown, so then we just decide, let's just go all in, go ham. And we thought there was going to be another mechanic because she wasn't dying, but I guess it was just lag on from the servers. She finally goes down, and then we all just retreat back out here. You go stand on the towers where we kind of were at the start of the fight, and then just start picking off mobs. Eventually, the mobs are going to disappear if you actually start the fight, or you can just kill all of them. As you can see during that fight, rocket launchers are a pretty big deal there. So Hunger of Crota, Yallarhorn, even Truth, any big damage rocket launcher, you're going to want to use it in that fight. Finally, time for the big man himself, Crota. First things first, there is no chalice in the fight, so how do you regen health without that? First off, as you can see here, I am using Red Death. Pretty much everyone else on my fire team, they were using Suros Regime. As you know, Red Death will replenish your health on kill, and if Suros Regime, the bottom half of the magazine, every hit has a chance to start to replenish your health as well. If you don't have either of those weapons, Hunters, Mask of the Third Man, if you pick up an Orb of Light, that'll start your health regen. Hunter perks, Hungering Blade for Blade Dancer, that will also cause your health to regen when you kill something with it. Titans and Insurmountable Skull Fort will allow you to regen your health. Ward of Dawn for Defenders and Transfusion for Strikers, those will also help you regen your health. Ward of Dawn, with any modifier, will regen all of your health once it runs out. This only applies to the Titan that put it up though. For Warlock Armor, Apotheosis Veil and Light Beyond Nemesis. Warlock perks, Lifesteal from Voidwalkers. Also, some Raid Helms have this perk as well. So as you can see right here now, I ran down at the start without looking at the boomers. My sole priority as Sword Bearer is to try to kill the Sword Bearer. I need to get him down as quick as possible because we want to do damage to Crota while he's in the center. It's so much easier to do damage there. Okay, as you can see, we got him down. And I'm running up. From right here, when I jump up, I say damage Crota. Rockets came in, I jump up. You want to be hitting Crota right as he's kneeling, like this. Try to get in 3 hits, go back, and then I call out for damage again. Now, boom, go up there again. Crota's still being kind of a dick, and I'm a little frustrated at this point. We had wiped quite a few times, but I ended up getting about 3 or 4 hits in on there again. From here, we know that we're not going to have enough time, so I pop my super because I have Apotheosis Veil on to regen some health. I didn't want to die. And that was a good time to talk about the boomers. The boomers are now majors as well. It is everyone's job to kill those. Everyone needs to be aware of them and take them out ASAP. Second, instead of a crappy little knight that jumps out when you kind of kill the boomers up there, it's now a hollowed wizard. So yeah. You want to take that out as quick as possible as well. But what we usually did is kind of time it so the wizard is out as we're doing damage to Crota. Because what's going to happen is the wizard's going to be close enough that it just gets caught in the blast damage, and we're able to take them both out at the same time with no real threat to the sword bearer. If you need some tips for being a sword bearer, we just put out a pretty decent video on how to do it using this strategy, and all the tips apply to hard mode raid. Now, as you can see, I'm letting my health get really low. Don't do that if you're doing this. Try to keep your health up. I called out for damage, go back in here, and I'm almost dead. I was really scared right here. This is actually a really fun fight, and I like revisiting it. Call out for damage again, run up, get some more hits in on him. And Crota's health is so low. If I hadn't messed up like right there, we probably could have gotten another damage phase in. Once again, I popped my super to regen my health, and now here's where we had to change our strat a bit. Normally right here, we just did 2 damage phases. We would go down to center, since, ogres are going to spawn. However, there was a gatekeeper that spawns during this fight, and if we stay down below, the gatekeeper just kind of runs amok down there with us, and we can't do our normal strategy. So what we're doing is we're sticking to the right and left hand sides here. We're doing it really slow now because we've pretty much had a really good attempt here, so we're just going to take it slow. We have like 10 minutes until time and rage, and we're only like 2 minutes into the fight right now, so we're good on time. So right now we're just killing the wizards, trying to take out as much stuff as possible, make the ogre job a little bit easier for us. What we do is have a titan put a bubble in the center of the staircase once we see the ogres. Problem is the ogres, they're kind of finicky. They don't really want to come out and play with us as much as they normally do, so I'm just trying to shoot, trying to lure them out here, something. Crota's moving back to the center, and we're not feeling too good right now because we have been waiting a little while, and we're going to end up getting off on times. Fortunately, the ogres do come out, and I'm just going to start blasting my rockets. Those need to be taken down, or else we're not going to be able to continue the fight. And now we still do know there's at least 2 ogres still up. We weren't able to kill any over there. So this one should go down here, and one of my friends calls out that there's still one over in the middle area. And again, Crota's over on the right hand side, so we didn't really want to damage him during this phase anyway, so we just decided, okay, let's just kill the ogre. Now the sword bearer is somewhere in here, somewhere. So we decide let's just try to take him, get him low, and then wait for Crota to move back. Okay, the sword bearer is finally out. It took him a while, and then Crota has just moved back to center, so we're going at a frantic pace. Everyone's throwing grenades, everyone's throwing rockets. We finally get him down here. And then now's a good time to mention that Crota will also enrage based on health percentage. In addition to the time and rage, there's no warning for this. As you can see right there, that was the 15th hit that I did on Crota, and that causes him to enrage. We get more rockets going here, and then we take down Crota finally. Now, to explain this last little bit here, there's no warning for the enrage. After reviewing the footage and counting the hits I did on Crota, it took 18 hits total to down him. It took exactly 15 hits to cause him to enrage, so he enrages roughly at 17.5%. From here, you just have to commit like we did in the video, and just go on Crota. If you go on the Oversoul, he's just going to continually summon those, and you're not going to be able to recover. You're going to have to time your sword hits, so you're still going to be able to down him without having to, try to live through an enrage phase, which is just impossible. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any more questions, post them in the comments below. I'll try to answer whatever I can. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.